Yeah, this is the raw truth coming back with part three. Like I was saying, to reiterate the last part I was bringing out is, you know, when a woman is vulnerable, that's when she's the sexiest. When she's vulnerable and stuff. Why? Because when a woman is vulnerable, it attract brothers like myself. Because it is natural in a real man to be the protector. It's natural for me. It's natural for me to be a protector. It's natural for me to make sure that she is secure. You know what I'm saying? It's natural for a man to sit up there and compliment a woman so much that it casts out all the feelings of unworthiness and stuff in her. These are the characteristics that real men should be having. And sometimes, God has to use these pitiful, trifling behind, no good niggas to teach you, black woman, a lesson. And the lesson is stay vulnerable. The biggest deception that this government told you, and the biggest deception that these whores, these feminist scum of the earth black women taught y'all, is that y'all could be strong black women. Y'all can't. Y'all can't. We men are supposed to be strong, and a lot of weak niggas, I know they try to mean good, but if they're weak, they're going to act. They're not going to act in the best interest of a unity. They're not going to do that, because weak niggas can never do that. You may like them like crazy, you may think that they're the best person and stuff, but they're fucking weak niggas. And what weak niggas do, as soon as that storm come, they're going to get jacked up so much that they're going to get mad at themselves, and in order for them to get their power back, they're going to take it out on you, black woman. Keep in mind too, black woman, a lot of these black boys growing up have been abused by their own mother, and also have been abused by their own mother's boyfriend. So you gotta know the relationship that they had. Now, if he overcame it, that's one thing, but if he's dwelling on it, that's a red flag. Understand, that's a red flag. Why is it a red flag? It's because he haven't dealt with his pain. And so when a problem situation arises, again, his power is with his mother. His power is with his mother's boyfriend. He doesn't have power. So in order for somebody who has no power, wants to get power, he has to victimize somebody. Come on now. That's where we get sexual predators from. That's where we get people who love to murder and shoot people, because they've lost their power and they need something to help them have their power, even when it comes to a fist, through your eyes, or a gun. That's why we always stress on my channel, and the Obsidian Media's channel, Big P Calric Scorpio, we are always talking about these situations. Why, black woman? Because we really care. The stuff my friend was telling me, man, I was crying inside. And it brought this feeling that I haven't felt in a very long time of, I just want to love this woman, and I just wanted to protect this woman. And it's like, why am I feeling that? Because she's vulnerable. Black woman, make yourself vulnerable. Stop with this bullshit of this strong shit, because every strong woman have been destroyed or had some kind of bad things happen to her to bring that woman, restore that woman back to her as being vulnerable. Remember Katrina? So many strong, educated black women were crying. They were crying. They were going off. You should see, they looked destroyed. Black woman, you can't change a man. You can't change a man because he's not there to change for you. A lot of you black women claim to be loving God like crazy. Well, the good Lord himself said that Christ is the head of the man, so the man has to change for Christ so he can be one with God. Then then it says the man is the head of the woman. So the man has to change for Christ. If the man ain't even changing for him, what the fuck you think you can change him for? You can't change him. Now if he's of Christ, if he really believes in God and he's trying his best to follow God and stuff, and you come in, you are his help meet. Then you could be his help meet. You could say, baby, why don't you do this? Because you're in his word too. Why don't you do this? Or why don't you do that? You can encourage him, and he may pick that up and say, I'm gonna try this out, and as long as he, trying to change to better himself by changing for his master, then there's nothing you can do, black woman, to ever say anything to change him. Because by you trying to change him, and he doesn't want to change, he's going to get violent against you. Black woman, understand, this is love coming here. This is love. This is in the classroom with black families. And it's in the classroom mainly with black women, because I'm sick and tired, and it breaks my heart every fucking time to see black woman who wants to be good black woman get hooked up and want to change a man, but never realize that the man that man is going to turn on her because he hasn't been tested. A test has to bring what do a test do? What do the trials and tribulations do? It builds what? Character. That's why I said it before. Friends are born out of adversity. If I had $10 million, if I make $10 million a year, I can do what I want. Of course I'm going to feel good every single day. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Blessed and highly favored. But let that $10 million go away. Let my ass live underneath a bridge. Let me go without food. Let me go without water. Let me go without the essential. Put me in a predicament where I can't control it and money can't buy anything for me. Put me in a predicament. How would I act? What would I do? What would I say? That's why, black woman, you have to understand, being with the man who has it all, okay, and has this shit together, okay, I can see that a little bit, but wouldn't it be better to know how he really is? Fuck Steve Harvey with that 90-day rule. 90 days, I'm talking about somebody in the, and you have to understand, if a man is not going through anything right now and everything is good for him, and he really doesn't even had any trial and tribulations to test that manhood, still be concerned. That's still a red flag. Why? Because he hasn't had the experience of handling situations when it came up. Difficult situation, make difficult decisions. You know what I'm saying? Now I wanted to share this, because I really get sick of, it pains me in my stomach just to hear stories like my friend, cause I used to like I told you, the raw truth, been in group homes. Yes, I've been in group homes. Yes, I did. I've been in group home from 10 years old all the way up to 4 months before my 18th birthday. So I spend all that time in group homes because I had a very terrible upbringing. And you know how it is, some of the stuff that I talk about is coming from personal experience, but it's not my own self conjecture at all. It's not my own opinion. It's backed up that the majority of us children, have had that, have had a difficult upbringing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, one of the things I used to do is I used to counsel, when I was 12 years old, all the way up to now. I used to counsel women in domestic violence center and stuff, because it was one of the things is on the residents have to do. And a lot of them brought it on themselves and stuff because they like bad guys. And I was saying that shit when I was 12 years old. I was seeing that shit. Shoot, I'm in the ghetto. I see that shit all the fucking time. I couldn't under fucking stand it. But I seen that shit. But there was very few women who actually loved that man and cared about him and wanted to do anything just to make him happy. And these men wind up beating the hell out of them and destroying them. A man can lose his power in anything, but it's what he does to get that power back determines whether he's a man or not. I mentioned some earlier. I think in part one, I mentioned some stuff earlier. And what is it that I mentioned? A real man is not going to rob anybody. So I'm not going to rob anybody. If everything was taken from me right now, and I have no place to go, I'm not going to rob somebody. I'm not going to become a drug dealer just to make all that kind of money get out of my situation. I'm not going to do that. The raw truth faced that plenty of times, and each and every single time it built the character, it built the patience, it built the temperance. I had to create my own joy even though things around me were not good at all. Why? Because it was building character. A lot of people don't know raw truth, what the raw truth have been through. Because y'all hear me speaking and stuff like that. Some people may think, oh, he had a good upbringing. My upbringing weren't shit. And I'll say it wasn't shit. My upbringing wasn't shit. My life sucked. But what the fuck am I going to do about it? Take it out on somebody else? Hell fucking no. I'm going to learn from this shit. That way when I get my family, or I should say finally get a family, I'm well prepared to take over and take care of all the things that may lack. And I'm better equipped to handle my temper, not go out, because I myself never been abusive to any woman. Any man, you know what, man? I'm not going to have you use that. Well, my mom beat me for an excuse neither. And the reason why, because what you're doing is wrong. Because if you hated what your mom did, if you hated what your uncles did, if you hated what your brothers did, if you hate what the people did to you when you was in prison, since you hate it, it's fucking wrong. So the vast majority of the time, I don't even take excuses from men who've been abused, because what you're doing is wrong. Because it's wrong because it was done to you. So man, I'm telling you, when you're going through this situation, build that character up. Build it up. And keep your fucking hands off of a woman. Like I said, I'm not going to give her name or anything like that. But, I wanted to share this with folks, because there are very few, but there is women out there. And she happens to be dark skinned. She's very, very beautiful. Just think of Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell mixed together 10 times better, and you'll have her. And it's always a pleasure talking to her, because we exchange ideas, and that's one black woman that I could talk to forever. And she's great, and she's awesome, and the only thing that she needs is guidance. It seems like that she will be able to accept it. One of the things that she said to the raw truth, which made me smile, is when I'm around, she feels that she can be herself, and she's pleasant. So in my presence, she has no burdens. In my presence, she's happy. So all you black women who think I have a problem with you, fuck you. And all you simp no good niggas out there always talking about I bash black women, fuck you. Because why is it that I'm getting this result? And like I said before, a lot of people who talk that shit, and a lot of you black women who talk that shit about me bashing black women, has never did shit for black women. The vast majority of you black women don't even know your fucking gender or know what the fuck is going on with your own gender. I'm all about raising my nation up. That's what the fuck I'm all about. And I'll be damned when I sit up there and hear men complain about black women and you're the problem. That's why I made videos before. Black men who complain about black women's fuckery are part of it. I'm from a new breed. I'm not from the regular breed. I'm from a new breed. So understand, black woman, never get into a relationship thinking that you're going to change that man. Because if that man wanted to change to make sure he's a good man, he would have already did it because he should have been equipped. Because unlike them, I hold myself, the raw truth, hold myself to the harshest criticism ever. My goal, even though I grew up in a shitty ass neighborhood, I grew up in a shitty ass childhood, my goal ever since I was a teen is to be better, to be the better man, to be the best man in the world. So I have to be true to myself. I have to change even when I don't want to change. And that's a big point right there too, black woman. You know, a man who is a man who wants to be a man, will change even if he doesn't want to. I'm coming back with part 4. There's more I want to say. I'm coming back. Hold on 1 second.